Welcome to Fallout 76, this is Jim. In this video we're going to take a look at completing daily challenges for today, Saturday, January the 18th, 2025. Let's take a look at and see what we got for today. Alright, we got some good ones here. We have many videos on my channel that will help you guys out. I give different ideas, different locations, easy areas, hard areas over there if you're brand spanking new player to the game. You're a returning player, even if you're an experienced player, there's a particular daily, weekly challenge that's giving you a hard time or trouble. I'll show you find a video on my channel that will help you. Try to keep my videos as updated as I possibly can. And of course, you guys are awesome, the great comments and tips, which are greatly appreciated. If you are wondering why I have a little bit more score going on than you, take a look at the top right hand corner of the screen. I have a 25% boost going on. And of course, I claimed that right off the current season 19 season pass on 3 pages. A 5%, 10%, additional 10% equaling 25%. You can claim that yourself by being a Fallout First member or by purchasing the 1500 items for the season pass. Okay, let's take a look here. Let's go ahead and choose some Bubblegum 1. Now, as easy as that sounds, chewing bubblegum, yes, we all know how to do that. But some people who are new to the game might not know where to find bubblegum, okay? And the best way to get bubblegum is free. Every time you open up a perk card pack, you will get free bubblegum. And when it shows up in your food and drink section, it'll come up as perk bubblegum. Now, a lot of people have told me in the past that they usually drop that bubblegum or they sell it in their vendors. So you can always try other players' vendors if you're looking for some bubblegum. But I always recommend hanging on to it, especially if you're a person that does daily, weekly challenges all the time, right? Let's open up our food and drink section here. I don't think I have any on me. But it'll come in cola, strawberry, watermelon, just to kind of give you an example, but it'll have Perk bubblegum right next to it, and those are the bubblegum that you get for free, okay? And they don't really weigh a whole lot, so I recommend always kind of keeping a couple on you just for these daily, weekly challenges. They do pop up once in a while, okay? No, I don't have any on me. We do have regular bubblegum here in the game, and of course, these are random locations where we find bubblegum. You can even purchase some if down at the vendors down here in the White Spring. So if you use the White Spring North entrance, brings you right down to the mall. One of them might have the odd bubblegum or two. I find even up here at the Pumpkin House, usually a pretty decent spot to find bubblegum or even gumdrops. Let's take a look up here at the Pumpkin House here today and seeing what's available, just to kind of show you. You can server hop a couple times and try to find bubblegum this way. And of course, killing enemies, you'll find the random bubblegum, but again, it's just a random drop. So when you come here to the Pumpkin House, usually inside here, again, it's random, but we have cotton candy bites here today, but sometimes there's bubblegum in there, or even gumdrops, okay? And there's the plastic pumpkin inside here. There's none inside here today, but obviously there'll be some bubblegum in here the odd time. So those are just a couple places that you can check, okay? So I'd just like to kind of show a couple different ways you can get bubblegum here in the game, because I realize not everyone's going to have bubblegum on them. And as simple as it sounds, choose some bubblegum. You might not even have any bubblegum on you, all right? So let's go ahead and choose some bubblegum here. There we go, 1 for 1 done. All right, let's head back to our camp real quick, and we'll take a look at the next challenge. Good old Jack-o'-lantern. My old pal. Okay, we're back here at the camp, and let's take a look at the next daily here. Model Weapon 3. So since you be a new player, you're going around the wasteland, you're picking up weapons, and for the most part, we are scrapping them. And every time you scrap a weapon, especially if you're brand new, you will learn mods very easily. As your years go on and you become higher level, getting mods from scrapping weapons, they don't happen near as much as they used to, okay? You should get close to your max on particular mods. Now, you can definitely do that. And even though you don't use that weapon day to day, your character will always know those mods for weapons, and even armor when you scrap armor, okay? And so basically you can have a weapon, you can change a mod at your weapons workbench, but that will cost you valuable resources that you may or may not have. Now, I know my lower level character, doing a lot of the early on quests, and I find myself kind of short on a particular type of requirements to help actually mod a weapon or even repair my weapons and armor. So you might not even have the requirements to do that. So I usually recommend for this one, if you have a weapon that you know a paint or a skin for, is when you have a paint or a skin for a weapon, even piece of armor, just changing it only costs you oil, and if you go default, it's not going to cost you anything at all. So even if it's a weapon that you don't even use day to day, okay, like a knife, something nice and simple, doesn't weigh anything in your stash box, just kind of tuck that away in your stash box and just haul it out and just mod the paint or the skin on it. It's only going to cost you oil, okay? Or if you have a weapon that you do know a paint for, definitely do it that way, but it's definitely a lot easier. Now, if you're a returning player and you can't remember, basically just go to the atomic shop here. You can do the same thing for armor as well, because back in the day, we've had the old scoreboards back in the day, and a lot of times we would be, have rewards for lots of skins and lots of paints for both armor and weapons. Okay, so you go down here to the skin section, go down here to the weapons section. Now it'll show some paints that are on sale, and these are usually here sometimes, but they just have to be here for fall first. But these are pretty good prices actually. But it'll actually show other paints as well that you own. Okay, so this gives you an idea of what paints that you own for your weapon. Okay, and this is more so for the returning folk. It's like, oh, okay, I have that paint. I don't use that particular weapon, but I can always have that weapon in my stash box just for these daily, weekly challenges. It just saves you so much time and resources. Okay, let's go ahead here. We're going to go through our weapons workbench. We're going to go modify. I do have the handmade right here, and again, we can slide it over, and again, we can switch across, different, as you can see, all these different requirements. Some of them requirements require a perk card in addition to, material, junk and such. But if you go down here to the paint section, we're going to slide it over. We're going to go default paint. As you can see, it costs nothing at all. So let's go default paint. There we go, 1 for 3. Back to rustic paint. Back to default paint. Back to rustic paint. So basically, we only cost us 2 oil from doing this little challenge here. So nice and easy. And again, you can always go to your stash, because I do have some weapons that I don't own a paint for, so I usually got to go to my stash box, my weapons section, and I'll just kind of pick something out that I know that I have a paint for, okay? What's next? Scrap down to produce ceramic 5. So ceramic is a junk item that we can use the bulk and scrap method at the Tinker's Workbench. So we do go to any Tinker's Workbench at all. We go craft. We go down to bulk. Go down here to ceramic right here. So to bulk 1 ceramic, you need 15 ceramic scrap and 2 plastic in your stash or scrap box. You go ahead and you bulk your 1 ceramic, and then you scrap it. That's hands down the fastest, quickest, easiest way to complete this daily challenge. More so for folks that are kind of short on time, or people just like to get things done nice and quick. But there's also people like to kind of do things the old-fashioned way, and there's definitely nothing wrong with that. Either way will work. A really good source of ceramic I find is right up here at the Palace of the Winding Path. There's a lot of floral vases up there, different type of vases, and some vases will even give you copper as well. And again, this is probably one of the best spots for ceramic. And the scorch that are in there, they're pretty squishy, okay? There's also a bunch of flower pots up there too, just regular old brown flower pots, and that's a good spot as well. Huntersville's a pretty decent spot, right where we find the garden gnomes. So we spawn into Huntersville, we go up the road a little bit, the house on the right-hand side, the first house, just go in the backyard. We have those garden gnomes that are in the back, but there's also usually about 4 or 5 flower pots back there. Pretty good spot for ceramic. White Springs, pretty decent spot as well. Now, you got to keep in mind the White Spring Mall and White Springs itself, okay? Again, free fast travel to once when you discover it, but some of the lamps and the floor vases we can't pick up, okay? But some that we can, so just kind of keep that in mind. Another pretty good spot up here, someone kind of reminded me about it the other day. It's right up here at Big Al's Tattoo Parlor in the form of the cigarette ashtrays, okay? And again, same thing down here at the tavern at Flatwoods. There'll be a couple cigarette ashtrays there as well. So let's go up here to Big Al's Tattoo Parlor here in Morgantown. And we're going to take a look for these cigarette ashtrays here. And we only need 5, so I think we'll do pretty decent here. Okay, Big Al's tattoo parlor. Let's head out back here. Again, try to give you guys as many options as I can. So many different places, and we can go for this stuff, right? So here is a ashtray right here. Let's open it up here. So one ashtray gives us 1 ceramic, right? So 2, 3, 4. Okay, just in this one little location right here, pretty decent, right? Another one there, 5, 6, 7. Okay, all kinds of ashtrays. There's a couple more in here as well. Yeah, there's a bunch of coffee mugs there. Even this little lampshade, this broken lamp. As you see, no, it doesn't give you, I thought it did. Okay, it gives you copper, okay. Yeah, interesting. Right on, Jim. Yeah, right on, buddy. Yeah, whatever, Jim. And downstairs as well, where we have a good old Biv there. Bunch of ashtrays down here as well, okay? Let's go ahead, we're going to scrap this stuff. Now, we can go to any workbench at all. We're just going to head back to our camp and scrap it, but you can go to any train station, other players' camp, what have you, whatever you want to do. All right, let's go ahead and scrap these ashtrays here. Again, any workbench at all, let's go ahead and scrap them here. Got these dirty ashtrays here, as you can see right in the middle component, ceramic scrap. There we go. Scrap that too. Scrap down to produce ceramic, done, just like that. And again, if you are short on time, if you're a person that's always on the go and you still like, you love this game so much, you still want to do some daily challenges to get some score, you could do it the faster, quicker, easier way by bulking and scrapping, okay? It saves you a lot of time. What's next? Alright, collect teddy bear 3. So you will come across a couple of videos that I've made looking for teddy bears in the game. Real good spot up here at the knife's edge. Once when you spawn, and of course there's going to be 2 or 3 rad scorpions inside this little area. But if you head up here, I believe this way up here, there'll be a red barn. There's usually a couple of enemies up there as well. So it is a little hard to find, but if you use your VATS and spot out those enemies, you'll bring it right to the red barn basically. Now there's usually about 9 to 11 teddy bears that are just up in the upper section. You can jump up and grab them, but it's very hard to do. So what I recommend is using a frag grenade, or even if you have like an explosive weapon, just shoot it to the side or throw it to the side of the building. Prop down all those teddy bears so you can kind of grab them that way if you so wish, okay? Probably one of the best spots for teddy bears is right here, the Tyler County Fairgrounds, and it has every teddy bear we have in the game. Can be found here. They're just kind of spread out. All right, so just kind of keep that in mind. But that is a really good spot. There's 4 right down here at the Dross Toss at Camden Park. 4 right up here at Clancy Manor in the kitchen area. Of course, you're gonna have to go through those cultists, but you can always try that. I believe there are some vendors down here at the White Spring Mall. If you come here to the north entrance, now you can use this entrance too, just the additional loading screen. But if you go down to the mall, I believe you can buy a couple teddy bears if you so wish there. We can find, teddy bears just randomly throughout the wasteland. And what I find lately too, since the December 3rd, 2024 update, and we get so much junk items from enemies now, a lot of times we'll get teddy bears from as being junk items from killing enemies. So you can also do it that way as well, depending on how much time you have, really. So let's go up here to the knife's edge, and we'll show you what I mean. Alright, so here's the knife's edge here. Again, there'll be a 100% guaranteed spot for rad scorpions if you're ever looking for those guys, and they're usually glowing. But we're going to head right to the east here. We're going to try to bypass these guys without them noticing. And again, this little red barn can be difficult to find because it's pretty thick through here, okay? So what I recommend is kind of using your VATS like that. Kind of pinpoint you to where you have to go. And you can see the little red barn starting on. Sometimes there are anglers up here, so just kind of keep that in mind. So just that little explosion there. They may have done enough in order to prop down some of those teddy bears, okay? Yeah, it did. So you can see those teddy bears down here. So there's the teddy bears up there are usually up on that ledge right where that pink guy is, right? And that's actually pretty good. So that little explosion propped down a lot of those teddy bears, okay? And some of them are probably way over there. But again, if you don't have an explosive weapon, you just take a frag grenade and you throw it to the side of the building here, and it'll prop down all those teddy bears, okay? You can do it that way as well. Let's grab our teddy bears here. We only need 3 of them. There we go, done, just like that. Now, if you ever do come here and the teddy bears are gone, okay, and you're on a public server and you're new to the game, one thing you have to understand is that somebody got here before you, okay? You always got to remember that's what makes Fallout 76 a little bit different than most other games. And basically, if you come here and you're on a server with other people, you can go to every one of those locations I showed you, and every one of those teddy bears be gone, okay? So you're going to have to either server hop, if you came and you picked them up, recently, you're going to have to reset your game because everyone has a limit by picking up 250 or 255 items. So just kind of keep that in mind. There's a couple of stipulations there, and if you're new to the game, that's one of the main things, one of the comments that I always see all the time. And as much as I appreciate people letting me know what's going on in the game, a lot of times it's just they're not really informed of what's going on. So I try my best to try to explain it, okay? All right, what's next? Let's go ahead, kill Mirelurk 5. Many great spots we can find Mirelurks here in around the wasteland. We have the toxic dried lake bed. We can find 6 of them here. Right here at the New River Gorge Resort, there are 3 right by the swimming pool area. And just a little bit close to the swimming pool area, there is a building. And I think the front door is barricaded, so you have to go through the roof, I believe. But there's usually 2 or 3 inside that building. As you get closer, you'll hear the little pitter-patter of their feet kind of thing, so you can always try that out. Right over here, Ohio River Adventures, it's a pretty good spot. There's probably about 5 adults there, and there's a bunch of little Mirelurk eggs. So when you pick up a Mirelurk egg, 2 things can happen. You can either pick it up, okay, or it explodes. And when it explodes, there's a little Mirelurk hatchling that pops out, and that Mirelurk hatchling will count as a Mirelurk, okay? So FYI, that's a pretty good spot, especially if you're new to the game. Now, back in the day, right over here in Somersville, the house that's full of the burnt books, it used to be infested with Mirelurks as well, and as well as the graveyard. And all along here, there used to be all kinds of Mirelurks here. But I think it was last year, or maybe about a year and a half ago or so, they actually removed those Mirelurks, and there's only about a couple of feral ghouls around there now. But you can still find 3 Mirelurks in this area, okay? So when you spawn in, you just go right down to the river, and there'll be 2 of them, and they're kind of submerged. So as you get closer to the river, they'll kind of pop out. And then as you go a little bit further down, you'll see a ghoul, and there'll be 1 more Mirelurk down here. So this spot is still good for 3 Mirelurks. So just an FYI. There's 4 of them down here at Lake Reynolds. And if you're looking for a little bit more of a challenge, you have Vault 94. You have Quarry X3. Hemlock Spring stuff. Now, there's usually a couple Mirelurk Kings here, so this is quite difficult. Because they're right in your face. Slumber Mill Motel is a pretty good spot. If you come across the event that happens up here in the farm area, okay, it's called Dogwood Die-Off. There's usually quite a few Mirelurks during that event as well, so you can always try that out if you so wish. All right, let's pop over here. We do need 5, so let's go to the Ohio River Adventures here today. Now, if you come across actually, I just kind of thought of it right now. Someone had mentioned to me, actually, yeah, during the Tuesday weekly challenge video we just had this past Tuesday, someone had said that anglers are considered Mirelurks. And that's kind of new to me. I never heard of that before, so let's try that. Let's try that. I just kind of thought of it now, actually. Gnarled Shallows, so this is a guaranteed spot for anglers. Let's pop up here. I want to try this. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was on this past Tuesday's weekly challenge video, and someone made mention to that. They said, "Oh, by the way," and I'm thinking, "What? I never even heard of that before." So let's try this. It just popped in my head. It just popped in my head. Let's try it here. So, Gnarled Shallows is a guaranteed spot for 3 anglers. Okay, so let's try it here. I want to do this. I'm curious. Let's try it here. So that they are going to be submerged, and they have the little angler here, kind of lure stuck out here. So let's get a little closer. And we're going to hit them hard. Okay, so it did not count. Okay. That's good. Okay, so maybe I'm going to have to go back to the comment to see if that's what they meant. Okay, that's what we're going to have to do. Okay, so that does not count as a Mirelurk. We just tested it there. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I was getting kind of excited there. We'll go back to Ohio River Adventures here. I just wanted to try it. I'm going to have to go back to the comment just to make sure that that's what they meant. Alright, so if you have a couple grenades or what have you, you can definitely do it that way. I find the Mirelurks, it's better just to kind of hit them right in the head. Oh, we killed that guy too. Uh-oh. Shot the Mirelurk and Buddy's brains all over the place there. Ruh-roh. Alright, let's keep going here. Okay, so we're going to go right down to the river here. Oh, the Ohio River. Now, if you have an explosive weapon, it doesn't do very well with these eggs. The eggs just kind of shatter. Let's go ahead and we'll try to... Oh. Let's see if we can get a little Mirelurk there. So there's a little Mirelurk that'll pop out. Where did he go? I think he went right in the water. He's right down there, I think. Where is he? Okay, well, whatever. Let's pick up, Oh, we actually picked them up. Weird. I just want to get a little Mirelurk hatching just so I can show you guys. Just kind of open all these up. There's a little guy there. There's a little hatchling. Right there you go. So you see how that counted? Pretty cool, eh? Oh, he's right over there. Kind of thought he must, yeah, I think he must have went right in the water there. Alright, cool. So there we go. I just wanted to show you the little hatchlings there. At least we were able to prove out that angular, but yeah, I'm going to have to go back. It just kind of popped in my head real quick. Maybe I got it wrong, who knows. Alright, kill a canine 5. Many great spots we can find canines here in the wasteland. Go back to the map screen here. Right here by the Green Country Lodge, if you turn around and go back up towards the wayward, there'll be about 3 mongrels right there. Now, sometimes there are foxes on this little hill here, but again, it's not 100% guaranteed. Sometimes there's rabbits, or there's squirrels, or there's the rat steaks up there, so just kind of keep that in mind. The same thing over there, just random animals, but sometimes the foxes will count as canines, okay? Right over here, Aaronhold Homestead, there are 6 mongrels up here. This is where we went just the other day. Wolves, okay, so wolves are also considered canines. If you come here to Tyler County Fairgrounds, I was going to say Camden Park, and I'm looking right at it, there'll be an event called Leader of the Pack, and there'll be 3 packs of wolves, okay, and great for canines there, as well as each leader is usually a legendary, so that's pretty cool, like a 1-star, and usually at the end of Leader of the Pack, there'll be a mongrel or a wolf horde. And usually it's up here by Aaronhold Homestead or in along here, but it's always kind of moving, so that's another way to get good canines there as well. Right here at the Automaker Cabin, there'll be 6 wolves here, so that's a pretty good spot. There's usually about 4 foxes at Big Fred's Barbecue Shack, so you can always try that out as well. Grafton. North of Grafton, there's like a little unmarked location up here. It's almost like a little lookout, but there's usually a bunch of wolves up there as well. Another good source of canines is, of course, the mutant hounds. The mutant hounds are also considered canines, and we've tried that out before. So we can find a couple here in Grafton. There's 1 guaranteed here in Grafton Dam. 6 to 12 here in Grafton Steel. All kinds of them here inside and outside of West Tech. Almost half a dozen here in Huntersville, so many great spots we could find canines here in the game. Okay, so let's go after some of these guys here. Let's go to Grafton Dam, and we'll take care of that mutant hound just to kind of show you here. The other day we went right to the Aaronhold Homestead and got the mongrels. Let's go after the lone mutant hound that's here. Hey, where's our boy? Where's our mutant hound here? Huh. Oh. Yeah, he's not here today. That is so weird. Well, okay then. Every time I've come, this is the first time I've come here and that mutant hound wasn't here. Odd. That is so odd. Grafton Steel it is. Let's just pop up here. Just to show you how the mutant hound... oh, there's right there. Cancel it. There's our guy there. Right, there's our mutant hound. He counts as a canine. Pretty good, eh? Let's go down here. We're going to take care of a couple foxes. Right up here at the Big Fred's Barbecue Shack. Get away from these guys for a second here. Not gonna let me, is he? They're not gonna let me. Keep trying here. Ouch! Right in the back. Alright, well, we're gonna have to face these guys, I guess. Let's try it again. I'm just kind of showing you this as alternates to mongrels, you know, like the typical mongrel, which is the first thing that comes in our mind for, you know, canines or even wolves, okay? So there's a couple of foxes up here. I know it's going to be sad. Right, there we go. 4 foxes here altogether. I wish there was 5, but this is a pretty good spot. Nice and easy. Alright, we got one more. Complete an event 1. Okay, take a look at the description. There's a link to a video called Complete Events for Newbies. You don't have to be a newbie to watch that video. The vast majority of events we spawn in ourselves. Now, you can spawn in events on both types of servers, a public one and a private one. It's easier to do in a private one, obviously, but if you're on a public one, you can also spawn them in. You guys have seen me do it many times. The only thing that makes it hard is, especially if the server is older, we don't know when the last time the event was spawned in, and there's usually a 30-minute cooldown associated with that, so just kind of keep that in mind. If you're on a public server, you're trying to spawn an event and it's not spawning it for you, that's probably what's happening there, okay? And main thing I made the video is for the people who are new to the game, and we've all been on those servers, you know, that we can't find any events that we like or that we want to do, okay? So we got a public event here. We have distinguished guests, manhunt that we started that one already. We'll probably go up and finish that one. We have drop connection enclave event. Actually quite a few here today on this server. Usually there's only one, if that. Alright, let's pop up here. We'll back up to Grafton Dam, and we'll finish off the manhunt there. That's a pretty good picture. I'll finish this one off here. Nice. You guys saw me started it soon enough anyway there. Now, if you're new to the game, you don't have a key to the Grafton Dam because it requires a key, okay? All you need to do is just kind of go around the dam. Either way works. And we're going to go down and right over here. You just pop down on this pipe here. Just pop inside. Now, when the first time you're here, usually this little hatch is closed, okay? So if you come here, it's fine, okay? All you do is just walk up to it and you just open it up just like that. It usually stays open. Okay, let's take care of Buddy here. Okay, and then the key will be right on this corpse right here. Even though if you have the key, like I have the key, this guy will always produce a key for the dam. And you just walk right in after that. Here's our boy up there. He's kind of hiding a little bit there. Right, there we go. Complete an event, 1 for 1 done. Nice. We'll take care of the rest of his gang here. Oh, we got a sickle. What's this guy's shooting at here? Alright, good stuff. Sometimes there's a bobblehead here. Alright, done. Just like that. Sweet. Let's go ahead and take some junk here.
Go back to prison.
Hey, it's good to use his words here today. Right on, buddy. Alright. We are done just like that. Nice. Nice. Alright, let's head back to our camp here.
Gone. Spineless human.
That's funny. All right, weapon of the day. Let's take a look at that real quick here. Two-shot rusted suppressed automatic handmade. It is a two-shot explosive VATS optimized, plus when projectiles, plus 25% damage. Projectiles explode for plus 20% weapon damage, minus 25% action point cost, plus 20% armor penetration. Powerful automatic receiver, aligned long barrel, standard stock, piercing magazine, reflex sight dodge suppressor, awesome looking rustic paint. 44 times 2 damage, 556 ammo. Of course, it is fully automatic, as you saw there. So the perk cards we have, main ones under perception here, Master Commando, Commando, Expert Commando, all maxed out. We have Tank Killer here, Concentrated Fire, Suppressor, Tenderizer, Covert Operative, Evasive, White Knight, Adrenaline. These random luck cards, which kind of kick in, and you guys see them popping in when they're being activated, which is by pure luck, obviously. Legendary perk cards, these don't change for me. They all stay the same every single time. I've had these for quite some time. I'm pretty happy. And as you can see, they're all maxed out. There we go. Just like that, guys. Another one done. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, and share when you have the chance. It really helps me out. I'd like to thank my channel members, Artistically Arranged, Michael Edwards, Nigel Wiffen, Heather, Whitetribe, Robco, Mr. Shelton, Drake Stamps, Mr.Prince, Not Me But Me, Yes Me That's Me, Drew, Andrew, Demon, Confoundedbridge, Ghost, Primus, Corne van Niekerk, Ben, Durant, John, DJ59. Thank you all so very much, and I hope you all have a nice day. A great day, just like back there.